This is the brutal truth behind Japan's kamikaze. Hit like, subscribe, and share button first. First attack. On October 1944, American sailors off the Philippines saw something they'd never seen before. Japanese Zero fighters diving straight at their ships with no intention of pulling up. These were the Kamikaze, meaning divine wind, named after the typhoon that destroyed invading Mongol fleets back in 1281. Strategic decision. The first attack sank the USS St. and damaged multiple carriers within hours. This wasn't just desperation, it was calculated terror warfare. Vice Admiral Takejiro Onishi, commander of Japanese naval air forces in the Philippines, made the fateful decision to unleash suicide bombers, turning pilots into human-guided missiles before such technology even existed. The weapons. Here's what made them so deadly. Pilots stripped down their planes and packed them with over 500 pounds of bombs and extra fuel. But Japan didn't stop there. They developed the Oka, a rocket-powered piloted missile nicknamed Baka, Fool, by the Allies. Dropped from over 25,000 feet, pilots would glide toward targets before igniting rocket engines, accelerating to over 600 miles per hour with more than a ton of explosives in the nose. The pilot had no escape mechanism. Overall, devastation. The devastation was immense. According to the U.S. Strategic Bombing Survey and Naval History Records, kamikaze attacks sank 34 to 47 Allied ships and damaged 300 to 368 more. From October 1944 until war's end, approximately 2,800 to 3,000 kamikaze missions were flown. Okinawa. At Okinawa alone, the numbers were staggering. Over 2,000 Japanese pilots died in these attacks during the 3-month battle. They killed almost 5,000 American sailors and wounded over 4,800 more, making it the deadliest naval battle in U.S. history. Total Allied casualties from all kamikaze attacks exceeded 7,000 killed, and similar numbers wounded, over 14,000 total casualties. Effectiveness statistics. By war's end, approximately 3,860 to 3,913 Japanese kamikaze pilots had died in these attacks. About 14 to 19% of kamikaze attacks actually hit a ship. Roughly 1 in 5 to 1 in 7 pilots reached their targets. Of those hits, only about 8.5% of ships struck actually sank. The human cost. Most pilots were barely trained young men between 18 and 24, pushed by relentless propaganda that promised they'd be honored as gods at Yasukuni Shrine. However, testimonies from survivors reveal a darker truth. Many felt fear and coercion rather than divine calling. Flight Lieutenant Haruo Araki wrote to his wife before his final mission, "When I look back, I see that I was very cold-hearted to you. After I had been cruel to you, I used to regret it. Please forgive me." Psychological warfare. His wife later admitted, "I thought it was natural that Haruo would die. It would have been shameful for him to go on living." This reveals the psychological warfare Japan waged on its own people. Death before dishonor was drilled into the population USS Bunker Hill case study. The USS Bunker Hill provides a devastating case study. On May 11, 1945, 2 kamikaze aircraft struck the carrier in quick succession, killing 396 men and wounding 264. Most died from smoke inhalation. The ship was knocked out for the rest of the war. Japan's final preparations. At the time of Japan's surrender, the military had prepared more than 9,000 aircraft in the home islands for kamikaze attacks. Had the war continued, the death toll would have been unimaginable. These planned defenses influenced President Truman's decision to use atomic bombs. Modern legacy and conclusion. Today, the term describes any suicide drone designed to destroy itself on impact. Modern loitering munitions employ the same principle Japan pioneered, but without the human tragedy of young men writing final letters and flying to certain death. Thanks for watching with us.